Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Can't Tell Us Nothing show.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sounds you're hearing are the sounds of Can't Tell Us Nothing, a Houston-based improv group. There's four of us in the group that we like to do make-em-ups. In this group, you get Amici.
Hello. Where's your screen set?
With the coveted Amici response. We get John.
What's up, y'all?
And we get Tandy.
Hey!
Oh, and also myself, Antoine. And this is, again, the Can't Tell Us Nothing show. What is this show? What are you listening to? What we do on this show is we take opinions, we take discussions, we take topics, and we make improv scenes on the spot. We don't know what we're going to say. We don't know what we're going to do. We're just going to be inspired to make gold. Sometimes we bring on a special guest to help inspire us. Welcoming back to the show, actually, is Johnna, who is hold on. We have some titles for her. Friend of Tandy's, Land Baroness, Third Ward resident, native Houstonian. Tell us more about you, Johnna. Remind the people who you are.
I have the absolute honor of being I am third generation Houstonian, raising the fourth generation right here in Third Ward, along with my husband, who is from Cap Haitian, Haiti. And we are raising we're second generation Haitians here in America. And we are, like everyone else, currently navigating an uncertain time for all of us. Everything's changed. We're all at home and talking to each other through phone screens and computer screens. So we're all kind of getting used to that and just staying safe and trying to come out on the other side of all of this COVID and civil unrest and everything else, come out stronger on the other side.
Can I ask you how old your children are?
20 and 17, both males. My 17-year-old will be 18 in about 2.5 weeks. So interesting time for him. He just graduated. He graduated online. Posted his picture, and that was it. And they didn't even spell his name right. It was ridiculous.
Oh no!
What's a graduation without? There's at least 20 of those at every graduation.
Oh, it was insane. Nothing matched.
Door.
It was a mess. It was crazy, but we knew it would be. We just made sure we had a good picture of it. It looked great.
Well, so what now? I'm curious. What are they going to do now?
Well, they both, for now, will be going to school online. Kenny actually has been in a dual credit program since 10th grade, so he'll be coming up on his associate's degree like really quickly here, and then he will go on into the last 2 years of a 4-year program. And the reality is, I don't think anybody's going to be in school in person until January earliest. It may even be later than that. So for now, both of the guys will, take HCC classes. No reason to overpay since, everybody be at home. I'm not overpaying for you to sit on the same seat. So they'll continue to do HCC classes until things get back to normal. His long-term goal is to finish the bachelor program so that he can go into the Air Force and join the flight program. You have to have a degree to train as a pilot in the Air Force. But he is considering the reserves right now while he's in school. But again, who knows what that looks like right now, since people are having a quarantine, not only here, but in 36 states right now. So we'll see. But he's happy it's done. And he doesn't seem to be overly bothered about how it all shook out. Like, why freak out? You can't control it.
Sounds pretty stoked.
He's like, yeah, next. This one is the unaffected one. He's like, oh, COVID, all right, we can stay home forever. Say very briefly to like a shoe exchange place. He's Kenny hustles. When he was like 4, 5, this is the only kid that could go to the barbershop with no money and walk out with money in his pocket. Barbers, hey, can I sweep for some money? And the funny thing is up until COVID happened, his first real job that he got on his own was being a porter in a barbershop. Worked in the barbershop that he was getting his hair cut at, going there every weekend, answering the phones, helping with the appointments, sweeping, mopping, cleaning.
Did he get that from you guys? Are you and your husband hustlers in any way?
Oh, complete grinders.
Straight up. I don't know nobody hustle like Johnny.
There it is.
I don't know nobody hustle.
Y'all the hustle family.
They've been working since we.
And you say double Haitians, right?
It was destined that she would have to.
It was destiny.
Yeah, you had to get in on that because I don't know. Jay has so many, man.
What are some of the notable hustles you remember?
Whatever it is, it's just that she's been doing it so long. When we were in high school, Johnna was a waitress at JoJo's. You remember that?
They're not old enough to know JoJo's.
I don't know JoJo's.
But I mean, in high school, you're a waitress.
Yeah. I mean, but wait, before that, I worked at Irvin's. I worked at a
beauty shop. Beauty shop. You sure did.
Okay, I know
I've been working since I was 14 years old.
Been working straight
up.
Grinding. Straight up hustle. And didn't have to. Like, didn't have to. No, you didn't, but you just wanted your own money. You wanted your own stuff. But just a hustle.
I wanted my own hairstyles. If my mama was paying for it, she was deciding. I wasn't walking around with that Tootie from Facts of Life mushroom forever either. I had to do something. And she wasn't buying concert tickets and, that kind of stuff. I did it so I could do the things I enjoyed and also so that we could go on choir trips. I had to make my own way. Oh, I guess that was a hustle. I was selling candy.
Oh, yeah.
I used to sell candy. That's the easiest
hustle. Yeah.
Slanging candy.
I read in this book that I'm gonna put on my daughters when they get in school. We're gonna buy big packs of gum, and they gonna sell chewing gum per slice.
Oh my God!
Per slice.
You don't get everybody put out. Look, then the hustle is let them sell toothbrushes.
You said toothbrushes?
Yeah.
So
are we in prison?
You start the problem, you solve it with two businesses, man. I get hurt.
Isn't that the American way? That's the American way.
Of course.
And then we sell you medicine.
I'm a capitalist, man. I tell you, I feel you.
We cut to a man standing with another man outside of his house. Yeah, Twan, man, I knew when I sold you this car, man, I knew you were going to take it for it. I knew you were just going to spin out of control, man. I knew that you were going to crash it. I knew it.
What do you mean? How'd you know that?
I mean, it's a red car. It's designed to go fast. You just kept looking at it. I was like, this dude right here, he needs to buy this car because I know he's going to take it. I know he's going to crash it. Let me help you up. How's your leg? Can you stand?
I think so, but
Okay.
I take a little bit of offense to that. I actually consider myself a good driver. All right,
yeah.
I do like to go fast. That's true. I mean, who doesn't? If you got the right car, you got a good-looking car right here.
I know, but that's why I stoop up the engines on them. See, you already ready for that 10 horsepower? Yeah, I souped up the engine. I gave you 55.
You gave me 55 horsepower?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just a little something I do, a little something extra. But can you stand up though? Can you really stand?
I just gotta lean against the car a little bit. Just gotta lean against the car. But hold on. What? Wait, hold on. You sounds like you're saying. It sounds like you're saying that you thought I was gonna drive this thing too fast and go out of control, so you made the engine even more powerful than it should have been.
Exactly.
Don't you think that might have influenced maybe it going out of control? The car isn't built to handle 55 horsepower.
I'm just saying, everybody, wants to go fast. I don't want to stop them. Well, hold on a second. I'm gonna call my brother. He's a surgeon over at St. Mary's General. He can fix you right up. Hold on.
Sure, I appreciate that.
Hey,
I get
call me. I'm right here.
Hey, oh, hey, bro. Yeah. Oh, you on your break?
Yeah,
Take a little
I'm on my break. You said you sold that guy the car, so I figured I'll just stop by now.
What are you doing on the side of the freeway though? Like, you just drove up to the accident?
Yeah, looking for accidents. You know, people need my services.
Yeah, he kind of anticipates it. This kind of thing we do, right? I sell fast cars. When people crash, you know, he's there to help catch them up. If they need it. Some people don't make it. You're lucky.
Whoa. Are you saying that people have died in this little scam or whatever you're running?
It's not a scam, man. I'm selling cars.
I'm selling my medical services.
Yeah. But then my cousin owns a funeral home. Paul's funeral home. My cousin owns a funeral home. So if it doesn't go well, then yeah, he just comes on in and picks up slack.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul.
I don't think we need you here, man.
We don't need you here, Paul.
We might. We don't know yet. We might.
And scene. You never know.
55 horsepower. I know a lot about cars. I want to tell you all.
Hold on, I gotta do a quick thing.
Oh gosh.
My current car has 175 to 245 horsepower. For comparison.
That guy was just a bad driver.
Yes.
He's driving like a golf cart. Horsepower.
He still hurt himself. Some people just never gonna be great.
It was supposed to have 10 horsepower.
He's supposed to have 10.
She multiplied it by
you got a red golf cart. Wrecked as soon as you bought it.
Oh, yeah. But Jay, listen, one of the things that we like to talk about in our off time, and you definitely be a great resource for this, as part of your many hustles. One of the things that you have gotten into over the past couple of years has been real estate. And talk to us a little bit about some of your endeavors. What's going on?
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna follow the story. How early on in our marriage, this is something my husband wanted to do. And at the time, I didn't realize how afraid of getting involved in that I was. My thing was, oh, I don't want people living on my property. I don't want to be a landlord. I don't know if it felt cumbersome, and I just didn't see the vision at the time. As I matured, I realized I was afraid of what that would come with. I can say that now, that I was afraid of the responsibility, afraid of the cost, afraid of, just dealing with people. Who wants to deal with people and their complaints and trauma and whatever, right? Tenants. And so it took a while to get to that point. And I will tell you, we got there accidentally. Here's what happened. So when my mom died, we decided, instead of me and my sister selling the property off, that my husband and I would buy her out, and that we would renovate and turn the home into something that was more suited for the way we live. We are food people. We're all about hospitality. We always talked about doing a bed and breakfast, when we got to Florida or moved to the Caribbean and that kind of stuff. So, we revamped the kitchen, and then we were going to buy a house up in Summerwood. We put a contract on a beautiful house with avocado trees, all this crazy, amazing stuff, outdoor living, a pool, all this stuff. And one night I kept asking my husband, do you hear water? I hear water. Do you hear water? He kept saying no. And then he woke up a couple of days later one morning and just said, I got a weird feeling about that house up in Sunwood. Let's not do it. Let's not buy it. I said, okay. Well, as it turns out, we had 10,000 gallons of water under our house. That was the water I had been hearing for 3 nights, asking him, do you hear water? We had a pipe break under the house. So we were going to have to go in and put in a new main line. And the whole problem with that is, you put in a brand new main line, and connected to plumbing that has been in place since 1957, you're going to bust a leak everywhere in the house every other day. Because now, you're drinking out of a fire hose. So we had to then plug down a ton of money, fix the plumbing, and it required that they put in 25 holes in the house, shoebox size holes, 25 of them. At that point, we're like, yeah, we're renovating, make it happen. Did that, got things to a nice place. Down the road, we had this den in the back that Tandaway will remember. I had my 14th birthday party back there.
Man, we were dancing to 45. Do you remember that? Okay, go on.
The Police, Synchronicity. That was my favorite album that year. There were several good songs, but yeah, we killed it. That was the best party.
That was a great party.
We renovated back there, and we thought, okay, we'll have a tenant. We turned that room that I had my birthday party in into a full-on apartment, full apartment, top to bottom, full kitchen, everything. And then from there, I said, let's Airbnb. Let's do that. That business model seems to be working for people. Let's try it.
What year was this?
We just did the Airbnb last year. This just 2018. I forgot it's 2020. September of 2018 is when we turned this full renovation of the back into a money-making situation. And it still allowed us to not only have our main house done and nice, we added on a deck, French doors, really amped it up, but we also added on a guest suite. There was a little room back there we used to use as a computer room, and right next to our washroom. That is now a full-on bedroom, bathroom, ensuite situation, so that we never had a guest bedroom before. So now a guest has that whole area back there and doesn't even have to see us if they don't want to. Behind that is where the Airbnb is. And the way we have the doors installed and designed, the Airbnb can either be a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, or it can be a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And with everything that we have loaded into it, I'm able to sleep 6 people and a baby with no problem. The kitchen is a full-size kitchen. It's not a kitchenette. It's a full-size kitchen. Granite, recessed lighting, like we did it all. We did it all. It's awesome. I have to send you guys the link. But the business model of Airbnb allows you to make nearly 3 times the amount of money that you would make having one tenant year-round. The potential is great with the Airbnb. The only thing about that is having to clean it and just the turnover. But it has been really a blessing and a great learning opportunity. And we learned how to market our properties to people and learned how to design spaces that have no dead air, no dead space. Everything's usable. Everything has a space. We designed the space, unlike a hotel room, it's kind of hard to go into that for a full month and feel at home, right? You come into this space, you literally have everything you need down to the Lowry seasoned salt. I have a seasoning that's full and ready to go. Awesome. That's the truth. Old Bay, we got it all back there. Onion powder, garlic powder, olive oil. You come in, you can cook day one. It's cool. And it's kind of an honor system. The cool thing is the people that come and stay, they open the cabin, they're like, oh my God, all this cool stuff, but we're missing one thing. So if they buy the one thing, they leave a big one because they can't get back on the plane with that stuff. They don't want to track all that stuff back with them, especially if they don't live nearby. So over time, it's built up into this really cool honor system for seasonings. It's neat.
We cut to a guy opening a door. It should show another guy a room. So Amici, this is where you'll be staying for your stay. You'll notice that the room has everything you need. By that, I just mean it just has condiments. It's nothing but condiments in this room. So anything you eat will be pleasantly seasoned. Oh man, I just had some pepper earlier before you showed up. I was trying out the room, making sure it was habitable. But yeah, pretty much any seasoning you could need is in this room. So you don't even have to talk to us for the rest of your stay.
Right. It's just that this is an empty room with just condiments and seasonings all over the floor.
That's right.
There's no bed.
Mm-hmm. I've seen people make those condiments into a bed. I've come in after they've left, and I've seen they had like a bed area and a place where they put their laptop.
Out of these, like, put the lemon pepper as a pillow. What am I doing here?
Of course. I mean, it's your space. It's your space. I want you to feel at home here, all right? So use the seasoning however you feel. If you want to put that lemon pepper down and use it as a pillow, that's fine. I would prefer to use the sugar myself. I prefer that as a pillow, but hey, who am I to judge? You're the guest.
Okay, I'll just really prefer a real bed. I think that would be so much
Tell
better.
Tell you what, stay the night, try it out. And if you don't, if it doesn't really work out for you, tell you what, tomorrow we'll get you some sort of bed. All right.
We cut to later that night. Baby, I told you the door was gonna be open. Come on in here. We can bring all that sugar, all that stuff on the plane. I don't know why you tried to make me leave it here. Come on in. Wait, what you do? Why are you slipping on my sugar? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm staying here now.
You can stay. I don't care. But I'm gonna need the sugar. I brought lemon pepper in here. I got some paprika, and I have a little bit of basil. So I just want to take my seasonings with me, okay?
Okay.
Hey, make sure you get the hot sauce. We left the hot sauce.
Oh, I forgot about the hot sauce, babe. Yeah. Where'd you put the hot sauce? What you doing with? Where's the hot sauce?
I was just kind of using that as a blanket.
Oh.
I just pulled it on me, spread it over my body a little bit.
Spread it all over.
What did he say? That boy, man, I spent $7 for that hot sauce. He ain't putting it all over his body.
He put it all over his body like a blanket, babe.
You better take that cornmeal over there, put it all over your body. Give me my damn hot sauce.
That's right. You owe us $7.
Oh, man.
That's a Sam's Club hot sauce, boy.
I'm sorry. I thought all this stuff came with the room.
Wait a minute. Did we brought cinnamon here too, didn't we?
We sure did.
No, I know way better than this. I know you are not using my cinnamon container as a footrest. You got your legs elevated, got your feet on it.
My feet are a little swollen from walking around all day, so I figured I'd do that.
Well, everybody know you put garlic on your feet after you've been walking all day. You don't put cinnamon. What?
I apologize. This is my first time assembling a bed out of condiments and spices.
You ain't got Google or nothing, man? You couldn't YouTube and figure it out? A better way to construct a bed? Now you got my wife all over here. She upset. Now I'll get none when we get back home.
I'm sorry. I really apologize. I mean, if you guys could show me how I should have done it, that might help.
Well, I guess I could. Cause babe, you remember? I took the cayenne, and then I stacked all those cayenne peppers that we brought over there, and I made like a little alcove on the side. And then over here, I took some I got some allspice. And then sometimes some people don't like to play with the liquids, but I like a little I like a little vinegar. And thank you. And I like a little vinegar, and I like a little vanilla. And I made a little breakfast.
Remember that night you made all of that? You put that vanilla all over your body. We start playing synchronicity, and we got wild in that bed. Right?
I ain't gotta tell him about it.
It was all over the cayenne pepper, all over the cinnamon, all over the. Man.
It was magic. It looked like he's sleeping on that right now. You don't even know what you sleeping on, new man.
Sleeping on.
All kind of stuff happening here.
Oh, okay. Well, when you guys on your way out, I mean, you guys can go since I'm staying here now.
I don't know. We were, but talking about that vanilla got me thinking though.
I know.
Right.
Hey, can you make some music on on those Lowry cans. You just start.
End scene.
Oh my God. I'm just glad nobody said anything about mayonnaise. That was good.
Oh no.
So many
I'm
things
not-
you
We
can
do
do.
provide furniture. We provide furniture.
Okay.
But let me say this. What I didn't overpay for was the beds. They're comfortable, they're good, but you know, you got to make assumptions about what's going to happen in there when you got that kind of turnover. No expensive beds. Good beds, not expensive beds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You never know when you have to throw that out.
Yeah, they don't need the adjustable memory foam that you can press a button.
Absolutely. Now, the mattresses are memory foam. Those are memory foam, but I got them at a hotel liquidator. I
Yep.
probably should do that before you went to see. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so used hotel beds are a thing.
Yep.
I mean, every time you go to a hotel, you sleep on a used hotel bed,
That's
don't
true.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
And
you don't know
Lord
what-
knows what goes on in them hotels.
Yeah, what's the best way to clean a bed, a used bed?
you? Well,
Acid, hot water.
burn it. Burn it. No, we
Water.
mattress covers, of course. Every time well, first of all, in an Airbnb situation, the expectation is, and most people who use Airbnb have done it before. So the expectation is they have not an endless supply, but plenty of sheets to change out, towels to change out. It's not like a hotel room where these are your sheets, good luck. You have several sets of sheets, several sets of towels, and several pillows. You have what you need to freshen things up as you go. Our unit has a washer and dryer as well. The only thing with that is recently I've made sure to tag the washer so people know don't overload it. You know, do reasonable loads. You know, young people think they could throw everything in at one time, plus the comforter and the blankets and everything else. So
I blame the washing machine manufacturers on that. When they took that little piece out the middle, people thought it was just an open season
So
on
free for all.
whatever you want in there. I blame the manufacturers. The people are just doing, they don't know. They just doing what they see. But when you just have a straight, no guidance, nothing. Just
Right.
throw it in there.
An agitator like is no longer needed. So, and you know, the whole thing about water consumption, everything has changed. And I think, you know, people are used to heavy duty washers either in the washateria or everybody's mama has a heavy duty washer. So you grew up using something that wasn't gonna break down for
Right.
20 years. Or
right.
you go to the washateria, there are 100 of them, and there are 3 guys that work there that are working on them all day long to keep them running. So people don't know about having to be careful with that. But, you know, it's a learning experience for them too. Sometimes we have to teach them how to use our systems, how to use the keyless entry, how to correspond with us through the app to let us know if they need anything, especially in this COVID time. We literally, I laughed when Antoine said, yeah, you know, we generally don't talk to the people here. Exactly. We leave them alone. Like, this ain't making friends. This isn't a bed and breakfast. We're not here to host you like that.
And I prefer that. I prefer that when I stay at Airbnb. I've had Airbnbs where, you know, we reserve the whole house, right? Like, that's how we do. We don't even do the room option. We do the whole house because we don't even want to interact with the host too much. And we did was one in Austin, and the woman who owned the place was like, all right, well, I'm going to go out for a while. I'll be back later. And we're like, huh? Like, she was going to stay there. She's like, oh yeah, you use the house. Yeah, you can use the whole house, but you know, I'm going to be in this room.
No way, Jose. I had a lady that actually, I get a lot of hosts that come and stay with me, right? And I would do the same thing. If I was going to use an Airbnb, I'm going to hopefully find a super host. I'm with that over a hotel if I can find something good. This lady told me, and I hope my face, I probably was mortified in front of her, but she said she will have people come and stay with her in the bedrooms and she'll sleep on her own couch.
Mm.
That is creepy, weird, and nothing I want anything to do with. I'm gonna see you if I don't have to. Tandway will tell you, we have this big ass, like a privacy bush, like 12 feet long, wide, and about 15 feet tall. We can't see them. They can't see us. They can sit on their deck and not see us. We can sit on our deck and not see them. And we designed it that way. From day one, I was like, yeah, that line right there, put some bushes in. That was the best money I've ever spent. It's amazing. And we literally don't have to engage, you know, unless it's in passing. And I prefer that. And only a couple of times have I had people who needed just constant. I really believe this one girl's mother just needed some attention and was lonely back there. Her daughter came to get her butt fixed here. She came and got her butt done.
Never mind. Go.
No, literally, she got her butt done, and she got some plastic surgery. Then she came back 6 months later and re-upped. And so she's been here 3 times now. Her mom, and her man. Black folks from Delaware. And this girl is like build a body. And she was here for weeks and they loved it. But her mother was bored. She's back there taking care of this girl. Her mother was in her 60s. And so probably every other day, you know, she's asking, would it be okay if my son come and took a look at, is something wrong with the sink? She didn't know how to, she had closed the sink, and you know, the new sinks now, when you close the stopper to bring water into the sink, all you have to do is pop it again and it pops back up and lets the water out. Well, she didn't know that, or she needed help with that. A lizard got in one day because she left the door open. One of my sons had to come catch a lizard. Like, and she would talk and talk and talk for an hour if you let her. So I try to always be busy, or I would act on the phone.
Great techniques.
Yeah, totally. Acting like I was talking. Good to see you. Keep it moving. So that can happen. You know, we've never had creepy. Okay, no, that's not true. I'll send you a picture of these German people. Do you remember them, Tandway? Remember that picture I showed you? Oh my God, y'all. Ichabod Crane. And he was 4 feet tall. And they look like cannibals.
They look like cannibals.
When I saw the picture, I was like, this is it. We dying this time. They look like cannibals. He's giving just really severe white hair and these bugged out eyes, and probably 60, super German, like super German, right? Then the female, and as it turns out, it was his wife. She's probably 20 years younger than him.
Turns out it was like,
Who do you think she was?
I thought they were coming here and they were here on a project of some sort, and they were business partners that worked together, because she was giving high-tech German streetwear boots lesbian. And they were a couple. It was so bananas, but they were so kind, but I'm not convinced that they don't cook Black people. I went to their profile. They only stay with Black hosts. They only stay with Black Airbnb.
That's some Jordan Peterson stuff. They studying us.
They're not supporting Black business.
No, nobody support Black business. They're white that consistently. Let's keep it real now.
Listen, their profile was like, we like to go to different urban cities and learn, you know, about culture.
They doing some Frankenstein shit.
Right. But when John, they look like it. I was like, that's it.
That's the hardest.
We're gonna end up in a big ass pop buying our own house. We're gonna get boiled.
So,
all right.
so
We got
We got a garden in the back. They're gonna season us with our own herbs.
we cut to a dining room where a couple's talking. Tandy, I've been a little bit unsure about the neighbors that moved in a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you have been talking about them a lot.
Well, they're putting in a privacy bush, and I think they're up to something. I really do. They creep me out, and now they're getting this bush up. Like, what are they trying to hide?
Come on, just leave the Franks alone, okay? They're decent people. They don't bother us. If they want to put up a privacy bush, it's their right. It's their property. Okay? Huh? Hello? Who's that?
Hello, it's Frank.
Hi, yes, Mr. Frank. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Some unfortunate news.
Oh no, what's
Your
wrong?
dog somehow came over in the yard and his leg fell off. So I meant to drop these back.
What fell off?
What happened?
Legs.
Our dog's legs fell off?
That ain't right.
No.
Yeah,
Our dog legs were perfectly attached to the body, I'm sure. Dog legs don't just fall off.
No.
Well, I've seen he came over my yard. I went to grab him to put him back over your yard. His legs fell off. But
Oh no.
I am so sorry.
Well, let's go get him. Can we come into your yard and get him?
No, he can't come over to my yard. He's in your yard now. And
Where?
use his legs. Bye-bye.
What was that? Now, come on.
No, I mean, Petunia had no right to be over there. I don't know what
They
happened.
killed Petunia.
We can't accuse them of anything, Antoine. We didn't see anything. He was nice enough.
First, before you try to reason with me, put down our dog's legs, please. I can't even talk to you right now. You're covered in blood.
This has never happened before. This is so. I don't know what to do.
Of course, it's never happened before. Not until the Franks moved in. This is murder. This is a sign. They're trying to tell us something. We got to do something.
Antoine, just calm down, okay? Accidents happen to pets all the time. We've just got to keep a closer watch next time we get a pet, okay? This is our fault. This is not their fault. He was nice enough to bring the remains back to us, okay? Let me just go wash up a little bit. I'm going to go to the bathroom, rinse off. This is terrible.
I'll get it this time. You go rinse off.
Sorry.
Hello?
All right, ready. Sorry, I broke your window and.
Are you Mrs. Frank?
Yes.
You broke our window.
Mm-hmm.
Why? How?
Here's a piece of glass. You can have it back.
No, I don't want the glass back. I want you to tell me what you were doing near our window and also what happened to our dog.
I was putting out the privacy bush. Broke your window.
What? Look, I don't know what you guys are up to, but I'm going to find out. And I'm going to get you kicked out of the neighborhood or arrested or something because I don't trust you guys. You can tell your husband that. If he is your husband. I don't know what your relationship is.
He's my husband, and our relationship is very personal and private.
Just like that bush. I'll tell you what, this neighborhood was not private. This neighborhood was a very open and loving neighborhood until you guys showed up. Now we got dogs dying and windows breaking. And I don't like any of it.
Okay, well, you have your stuff back. I'm going to leave.
Sure. Yeah, thank you for giving my glass back.
Who was it, Antoine? I'm sorry. I tried to hurry up and get back out so that I could greet our guests. Who was
it? It was Mrs. Freak. I'll tell you what. They broke our window and she gave me the glass.
Their name is Frank. There's a woman over there?
I think.
I'm so surprised.
I don't want to assume.
Oh, I need to have her over. That's not fair.
No. We don't need to have them in the house. They killed our dog.
I host the neighborhood women's circle. I've got to have her over. It's gonna be
We cut to the neighborhood women's circle.
Guys, so everybody just calm down. We're gonna have a guest come in today.
Oh my God, a new guest?
Yes, it's
Ooh.
Mrs. Frank. I didn't know that, she was living next door all this time. So I just went on and invited her to the neighborhood women's circle. I mean, I think it'll be a wonderful welcome experience.
I don't
you?
like her wig. It's just so bad. And she has a mustache and everything. Like,
that's okay. I mean,
so critical.
So creepy.
we're not here to judge.
You see how cold her hands are when she's in the room? It brings just a chill comes in the room when that family comes around.
Oh,
I don't like her boots. If we're being honest right now, like before she gets here, I don't like her boots. They look like they weigh 10 pounds each. They're huge.
They're huge.
Stop it. Just stop it. I found out that they're from Germany, and everything that's going on is typically German. Okay, we should be more cultured and open and accepting. Okay, just quiet down because she should be coming soon. Just make sure I got the drinks out. Okay, let me open up the door. Ladies, be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, Miss Frank, how are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Willkommen. Is that how you say it in German?
I think so. Yes.
Oh,
She thinks so.
I think so.
Okay. Where can I put my chainsaw?
oh, well, I'll put it in the closet.
You did bring your book though, right?
No, I just thought I'd listen today.
I'm sorry, that chainsaw had a bit of blood on it. Were you aware?
Yes.
Oh my God, did you cut yourself?
Yeah.
I cut something.
Oh, well, do you want a towel or a napkin or something to wipe up the blood? Are you okay?
I'm okay, but some of the neighborhood pets.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. It's so unfortunate. Our Petunia was tragic.
No, hold
I
on.
found me
I've been missing my cat for about a whole week. Have you seen little Snowball?
I don't know. Do they see my family's privacy bush? I don't think they do. They just come right on in.
Well, cats do like to be in bushes and trees. They find shelter in there.
Yeah,
so, I mean, that's... What were you saying, Tandy?
No, I'm just saying they don't know it's a privacy bush. They just think it's outdoors.
My husband and I just want to be left alone. So if you could control your animals, that would be very nice.
My gosh, she just broke that glass in her hand.
Are you okay? Do you need a Band-Aid? Oh, maybe I should call someone. You want an ambulance? There's a lot of blood, Mrs. Frank. That's a lot of blood.
It's a regular amount of blood. It's fine.
Oh,
This is normal.
this is not my expectation of the... let me get the door. Oh, gosh, can you just...
I'll get her paper towels. I'll get paper towels.
Thank you. Okay. Hello?
Hello, is my wife over here?
Oh, Mr. Frank. Yeah, this is the women's gathering, and we generally don't like to have the guys here. They do something.
Okay. I'm not staying long. I got a lot of things to go do. Okay.
Okay.
You tell my wife she left her gasoline for a chainsaw. Can't leave the house without that.
Okay. I'll tell her.
You gotta do something else about that broken window.
What?
It threw our security,
It threw it off by the breaking. Okay, well, we'll fix that. Sorry for messing up your security alarm. Okay.
She comes back and one of the women in the group's arms and legs are gone.
Oh no! Beverly, what happened?
I think she put something in my drink. I couldn't feel anything.
Still alive. There's so much blood. Mrs. Frank, there's just so... This is a new rug. You're bleeding, and you got Beverly bleeding. You've got to go. This is too much. You're not welcome here.
Okay, fine. I'll go. But I was having a good time.
We come back to their house. Honey, I
Yeah.
think we should talk about something.
Okay.
We need to move. We're not welcome here.
You don't think so?
No, I can tell those girls are looking at you. They'll never accept you. You're too pretty.
Yeah, I guess so.
Look at your style. Look at your boots.
Thanks.
They'll never get it.
No.
By the way, can you take Antoine's legs back over to the house?
And theme.
I gotta share my screen. Hold on. Let me show you George and Nick.
No.
We just have to blur it.
Do not be putting these people on blast.
You disabled me.
Yeah.
Thank God.
They'll show us after we're recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just know I made it. I survived.
Oh, gosh.
They left us German candy though. I didn't eat it.
That was for you.
I bet. Whole bag full of German roofies. So they can turn the table fast. No, thank you.
I want to talk real quick about the idea of buying up the block. We touched on that before we started recording. And yeah, is that something you're trying to do? And also, what does that even mean?
Right.
For people who don't know.
Buying back the block is taking control of what used to be ours anyway, before all the things that ravaged Black neighborhoods and Black economies, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Having leverage, having buying power, having power in the marketplace, period. And the single most valuable thing you can have that you can leverage against is the one thing that no one can make more of, which is the earth itself, the land. That is the one thing that everybody wants, that everybody will never be able to have because there's not even enough of it. So, you know, the key to continued upward momentum for anybody, but certainly, you know, for Black people, that is one way in for us. Ownership. People don't loan you big money if you don't have anything to hedge a bet against. You got to be in the game to play the game. So you have to have something valuable. The rest of the stuff that we overpay for isn't worth anything to anybody that you want to borrow money from to create your ideas or create your future or your retirement or your legacy. And it's something that we are going to have to, as a people, understand that ownership is power. So for me, you know, growing up in such a dynamic Black neighborhood and the history of it, like, you know, I talked about with you guys before, the evolution of where Tandaway and I are from, how it came to be, that's a proud legacy for us. You know, and our parents were that first generation of Black folks who were allowed to buy in a Jewish neighborhood, in a neighborhood that was designed for Jewish people of means or middle class to, you know, upper middle class all the way to rich. It didn't matter that they were rich. Those folks at River Oaks wouldn't let them in. So they started their own area, which is Third Ward. And they sold to Black people who could buy. And, you know, growing up, my neighbor across the street was one of the first Black engineers at NASA. That's awesome. It's great to be able to talk about that. Everybody around us were educators. Like my mom was a teacher. The two people across the street, Dr. Terry and his wife, were professors at TSU. My neighbors to the right of me, Joe Terry, who was from Louisiana, owned his own auto body shop. The Allens to the left of us, Mr. Allen was actually a lifelong postal worker, but you know, an amazing father, an amazing man, a tough old man. They own that whole corner lot next to us. I grew up seeing that. My grandparents owned in Fifth Ward. We owned a triple corner lot in Fifth Ward from the 60s. And that actually, no, I'm sorry, the 50s. And that was unheard of. My grandfather had a 5th grade education. My grandmother had a 9th grade certificate. That was it. She was the help, and he was a lawn man and a junk man. He cut yards and he hauled junk. And that's how they furnished their house. He would pull shit in off the street that white people who had called him to haul it off left behind. And he had 12 kids, and they all went to college, and they all became professional off of a 5th grade and a 9th grade education. A maid and a junk man created 12 people who created more people that have done very well. And so for me, it's just a rich legacy of working hard, pulling yourself up, ownership, and what we've learned, what our generation has learned, that my grandparents never would have had the opportunity to partake in. My parents, you know, again, they were old enough to drink out of separate water fountains and my mom lived in Fifth Ward, where they would come and park the trains behind their house, where those black kids had to crawl under the train to get to school. They come and block the route to get to school, and they would do what they had to do to get there. So them living through those things, they were happy to just have been able to buy this house that we now live in. My parents bought this house for $44,000. My dad worked for the government. He worked for the Food and Drug Administration as an inspector, but he also died with a PhD. He got his PhD before he died. My mom got her master's before my dad died. So education, ownership, all those things were ingrained in us. And it was the same way with all of my friends from Third Ward. This is how we were all brought up. It's what we know. And my goal is to continue that tradition, teach my kids that ownership versus paying for somebody else's palace in Puerto Rico is what you need. So again, our goal, my husband and I, and teaching our kids and anybody that'll listen, anybody who wants to know, figure out how to get your hands in the pot, no matter what it is, even if it's only a parking lot. Figure it out. Let food
parking lot
trucks
sounds
park
great.
Uh-oh, I can't hear you, Antoine. Did
I was saying, yeah, I would like to own a parking lot. I feel like that'd be dope.
Yeah. Can you hear?
Location is important.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Listen.
That's how we lost you. You was probably trying to put that fancy Obama in the back, and you touched some shit you wasn't supposed to touch.
Totally wasn't. I had actually joined through my browser. I wasn't even on my app.
Okay.
And I didn't know he was my my default background. I got some funny ones though.
That's funny.
Anyway, guys, the bottom line is buying back the block really symbolizes more of taking our power back in the marketplace. And the only way to do that is to be less of a consumer and be a producer. And for us, you know, we balance out and weigh out what are the calculated risks. What are the things you can take calculated risks on? You can do stock market, but you got out. But real estate will just never, somebody's always gonna wanna get it from you, even if it's a piece of trash. So you get it, and if you can't develop on it, you hold on to it, but you get whatever you can get your hands on. And at this point, we are 7 doors a month, and we are working on the 8th. Every day of our lives, you always stay looking. You stay on the internet and you You figure it out. It's not easy. It's not always fun. It is satisfying. You know, you don't always get paid on time, of course. And you work through that. I think my newest tenant that's down the street from Tandaway's uncle, we were able to get a one family home over in South Park. So that's our only unit that is not in Third Ward. But my connection to South Park and my comfort level there is because that's where we went to high school.
I saw a lot of real estate opening up at South Park. We don't know much about the area, but they look like, it looks really nice and it looks very early.
It's promising, very promising. Again, that neighborhood back there was all white in the 60s and 70s. Late 70s, early 80s, all black. Now it is 90% brown back there. Our Hispanic brothers and sisters, you know, they can move in and make it shake. And that's what they've done. A lot of those homes, again, through the, Reagan era, crack era, you know, drug era in general at large, a lot of those homes fell on disrepair when people became addicted and couldn't keep up and they lost those places. A lot of those places were still owned by the white owners who took off when Black people started moving in, and they just kept Black tenants. But over time, they boarded those up because they didn't want to deal with that. They weren't going to rent to crackheads, or they weren't going to rent to Section 8. They didn't want to deal with an element. So they let those things go down, and they let them go down hard. And you can pick things up over there now for 40, 50, 60 grand. Go in, gut it, do what you have to do, and either have a full-time tenant paying anywhere from $1,000 to $1,300 a month, or you can sell it off after putting another, you know, buy it for 50, put 50 in. You don't even have to go hog wild, and you can sell it for anywhere from 125 to 150. But a lot of our gentrifying brothers and sisters are heading back there and putting in the elbow grease and moving in, and they're good with having Black and brown neighbors of any type, and they're gonna wait it out. And then they'll buy the one next door, and they'll buy the one on the next block. We need to be a part of that action, period. So
why do you think it's taking the community so long to grasp onto that concept? Like, what do you think?
We like things. We like things. And we don't plan longevity. I think for a lot of people who grew up renters their whole lives, they don't know that for the same money you're paying for your rent, you can own something. No, it won't be in Sugar Land, and it won't be 6 bedrooms at the price you're paying for rent. But for $900 or $1,000, yeah, you can buy a little 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, but with a decent amount of land and a nice backyard or a decent backyard, and build up. And with that first one, you can sell it to get your next bigger one. You have to be exposed to that to know that it's real and to know that it's possible.
We cut to a guy standing with a guy outside of a house that's burned down. Yep. When I sold you this house and I sold you that pallet of matches, I knew you're gonna take the matches. I knew you're gonna burn it. I knew you're gonna burn it down.
You knew that? You let me buy those matches in this house and you know it's gonna burn down?
Yeah, well, I knew that you looked like the type of guy who would go through that pallet of matches, just striking them, and that you wouldn't, do it safely. You do it, in your bedroom while you was, where you were sleeping, right there in the bed. I knew it was gonna catch.
You see, I thought, because you got me, you pegged me. That's exactly. I like to call myself a pyro. Some people like to say arsonist, whatever. But I like fire, and I told myself, this house, I'm not burning it down. But then you pointed out that match box for sale. Yep. It was a good deal.
It was a great deal. It was the best deal ever.
It was the best. That's what you said it, and I said it too. That was the best deal ever.
And you know why it was the best deal? You know why it was the best deal? Because our 80-year-old neighbor, this was her house, and she didn't want to vacate. And I was like, look, let me just buy it from you. I'll pay whatever you want. You can still live here. She was still living in the back room there. I didn't tell you because I didn't want to freak you out. I didn't want to freak you out.
Are you saying I just killed somebody if I burned down this house?
Probably so. But you know what? My brother works for the fire department. I'm going to call him. He'll come over. You know, he'll assess the damage, see what's going on, see if the cops need to be involved.
Right. It was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident. Let me call my brother and see what's going on.
You don't need to call me. I'm here.
Hey, bro. Hey. Again, you are always at the right place at the right time.
I saw some smoke. Here I am.
You saw the smoke. That's the calling card. Yeah, well, this is a dude. I sold him the pallet of matches, and I sold him the house. And Miss Gentry was in the back room, so you know you might want to go.
You probably should check and see if she's okay.
Yeah,
we'll get to that. I think I'm gonna have to find you for this privacy bush that's a bit overgrown here.
Ooh, you got some overgrown shrubs?
I just moved in.
That's a shame, man.
So you have moved in, okay?
Yeah. You know, our cousin Paul does landscaping.
He does. He's really good.
I should probably call him, let him take a look at it. He could probably
fine.
That'd be good. I don't need any more fines. I already got to deal with this burned down house, and privacy bush is just a thorn in my side here.
Paul.
Well, I could take care of those shrubs for you if you don't want to get fined.
I'm sorry.
I know a lot about shrubs, security shrubs.
That's okay. We got this handled. I got a cousin, Paul, who can take care of this. He's a licensed landscaper. He does great work, you know.
Oh, you talking about this guy with these legs?
Oh, Lord. Whoa. Why you got oh, no.
I was clipping the security bushes, and a pair of legs were hanging out of it, so I clipped them.
The hell, man?
To this gentleman. There you go.
This is, oh my gosh, this has gotten worse. I've never lost a family member in any of my business entanglements, man.
You don't have anybody for this?
No, well, I
that happened before.
I can call my wife. My wife is really good at these kinds of things. Y'all want me to call my wife?
Yeah, call your wife. Anybody who can help.
All right, let me call. Anybody? Oh, geez, I left my cell phone. Don't give me the cell phone.
Yeah, man, go ahead. Take mine. Use my cell phone. Hey, that's too many numbers, man. Where you calling? Germany? Is that where you calling out of the country?
Yeah, absolutely. We're both German.
You can't use my cell phone.
We cut to his wife staying at an Airbnb not too far away, but she has a German phone, so that's why there's so many numbers. And so here's the room. Plenty of seasonings here. You can pretty much do anything you want into your space.
Sorry, my phone's ringing. Hello?
Sure, no problem.
Hey, babe.
Hey.
We got another leg problem. I don't think
I'll go ahead. What was that?
I don't think they're believing me.
They don't believe you?
No. They're talking about it belonging to somebody's family member or something.
Did I hear you got legs? Already seasoning salt right here in the room. You could spice that on up.
Okay, thank you.
We're still in this godforsaken town. They'll never freaking allow us to live here.
Yeah. What if I bring 2 more legs? How would that? You think that would play?
Sure, I don't know. Maybe just bring all the legs you got. We'll just try.
Okay.
And scene.
All the legs you got.
I love how that's such a cooperative couple of
relationship goals. So that's the Can't Tell Us Nothing show, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. That was ridiculous. And thank you, Johnna, so much for being our special guest tonight. It was great having you back. Where can people find out more about you and what you do?
Well, I wasn't prepared the last time somebody asked me this. So the best way to start is find me on Instagram, pure_megatwan. PURE_MEGATOINE. Twan, like you, Pure Megatwan. And I actually post a lot about what I do with Airbnb specifically. And as the other properties come available, I post there. And I'm actually, my goal, and this is something I talked to Tandaway about, I want to begin to teach other people how to become Airbnb hosts and show them how they can monetize the spaces that they have available, how to market, how to become a super host, and go from not making any money to literally having an extra $3,000 a month if you have a space. I've been able to do that on a 1-bedroom.
Beautiful, beautiful. Check that out, people. Go check it. Go educate yourself. Own something. Get your hand in the pot. If you want to get your hand on some CTUN action, go ahead and go to CTUNimprov on all of those social media places. The CTUNimprov on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, CTUNimprov, on our own website, CTUNimprov.com. And to check out this show, you can find it on 92 KELZ every Wednesday at 7. You can also find it on the Mockingbird Network the following day on Thursday. Or we just put this video up on YouTube and Facebook and watch it there.
Yeah, people can watch on Facebook.
Oh man, I feel like I learned a lot today. Amici, what have you learned today?
That we gotta buy the block.
Buying back the block. What about you, John?
I learned a lot about the Airbnb business model for the hosts.
Beautiful. What about you, Tandy?
Learn that cannibals have a certain look.
And I learned that sugar makes the best pillow. Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a good one. We are out.